Hey guys, welcome back to another Scicraft episode. In the last one we finished the big cactus farm. We want to continue with the project in a couple of episodes, so the plan after that would be now to add a big bamboo farm on top, so we have fuel as bamboo and the cactus to smelt. Cactus is the best item you can smelt for XP, and then combine both items basically in the nether, have a big furnace array there, which you can use as an XP bank. In case we need to repair tools and so on, just go to the big furnace array. It will hold millions of XP at all times. So that would be the long-term plan for this area. But in between, I kind of want to start a passion project. Something that is a bit niche, doesn't have really good use, but it could be a lot of fun and also really interesting because something you don't see every day. So I want to breed a racing donkey. I just recently got reminded why it would be useful. When we were building the cactus farms, I was using a really fast horse there to place blocks quicker. But of course, if you would use a donkey instead, you would always have the advantage that you have the extra storage on the donkey. We can put in extra items, so you don't need to run back to your storage as often. So that would be pretty good if we were using a donkey instead of the horse. But of course, the downside of the donkey is usually they are slower than horses. So every donkey you can find in the wild starts with the same speed. It's roughly 7 meters per second. While, of course, you can find horses easily that are a lot faster than that. But technically, a donkey can be just as fast as the fastest horse you can find. But it would be a lot of effort to actually get such a donkey, because the only way you can improve the stats of the donkey is by breeding. So unlike the horses, we can just try to get more and more horses and just find a fast one by chance. You need to do a lot of donkey breeding to end up with a fast one. And you want to get started on this project today. Okay, time to get started with the race donkey breeding. So I don't have really a plan how it's gonna go. I just wanted to start and see that we can always improve our setup. I guess in the beginning we only need to do it manually anyway. So I wanted to bring some necessities. We need either golden apples or golden carrots to breed the donkeys. I think the golden carrots probably the better choice. You can easily get those. I'm gonna bring a couple of fence gates, leads. Probably always a good idea to bring us some chests for every project really. And of course we still need a carrot. I'm just getting the hang of the storage system now. This should be over here. So we're gonna head to the Nano farm and get more. Also, it's probably a good idea to get a lot of hay bales or something like that to accelerate the baby donkey growth. I already checked the wiki, so we can either use more golden apples. They speed up the donkey growth by 4 minutes and a hay bale by 3 minutes. But we don't have a lot of apples right now, so I was thinking, let's go with the hay bales. We can just use the nano farm for that as well. Okay, so we're at the starter tree farm complex with the big moss farm in the back. We also now have a shulker box loader for bone meal. Yeah, it's pretty filled up already. And directly next to it, I built this nano farm. You can use carrots, normal seeds for wheat, or potatoes, of course. Beetroot wouldn't work that well because we only got like 3 dispensers per side. And you need up to 6 bone meal to grow beetroot. We could maybe change the redstone a little bit so the dispensers activate twice before we farm the beetroot. But yeah, we don't need beetroot anyway, so we need carrots. Alright, so this is a nano farm still. So no automatic refilling of the dispensers. We gotta do that manually. But it's, not really that much of a problem. I was thinking if we need a lot of hay bales at some point, we should build either a villager-based wheat farm, or we could also build some kind of nano farm setup, hopper refilling, although this would be a bit tricky. We can probably use hopper minecarts for that or something. Okay, so bone meal. Maybe best if we put some stuff in the inner chest for now. There we go. There's 12 dispensers that need to be refilled. Let's do that real quick. Yeah, this really burns through bone meal. So if this thing is running, requires I think 50 bone meal per second. But it's also pretty fast. Okay, some of those dispensers are partially still filled with bone meal because I was farming wheat earlier and you only need 2 or 3 bone meal to grow the wheat. Okay, let's fill it up entirely. There we go. And then we can lock ourselves in. Wait, I need to get the carrots again. There we go. And then you can use a fast click and aim at the back of the block. So I can use the carpet commands. I'm just gonna do player, ilmango. Use partick 10. Spam it really quick. Okay, I immediately ran out of carrots. But they will be resupplied to me. So there's a hopper minecart going below, picking up everything. Yeah, puts it in the water stream. Then it goes up this little water elevator. So I can pick him up. Okay. Now I shouldn't run out of carrots anymore. This is actually a super fast farm. If you would run this for a full hour, it would be something like almost 200,000 carrots per hour. The 12 dispensers. This works best with a really fast clicking script. Of course you could make an auto hotkey script or rebind as well. A couple of ways to do it. But with the carpet commands, it works really well. So this bone meal we have in there now would last only 2 minutes. Okay, yeah, so all the carrots go next to the player. We'll pick him up. Inventory is already filled up and the rest I'm just gonna pick up in the end. Alright, so we're out of bone meal. We can stop this again before I start eating all the carrots. There we go. And let's turn this off. See how much we actually got. It will be more than enough, I feel like. 1 shulker box, 2, 3... 3.5 shulker boxes in no time. Okay, now let's do the same. Just with seeds. Still got some around here. Okay, using the farm with wheat now. Maybe one more thing in case you actually don't know how this farm works. So why does the wheat pop off there, or the carrots? So it's dependent on the light level. So I can only place the seeds if the light level is high enough. So we got this little beacon here on the side, provides the light. But the wheat pops off if the light level is 0, and that's what we got the piston for. So while the piston is extending, it lets light through from the beacon in there, and once it's retracted, then the side level 0 again. The same time when that happens, we update the wheat, and then it just pops off. So that's how we get this really quickly. By the way, my designer quickly put this together because we needed some wheat for target blocks a while ago. Yeah, it's really nice also now with the minecart system here to quickly pick up all of the items. If we would just stand there without the minecart, you wouldn't pick up enough seeds again. Okay, so let's check how much wheat we got in 2 minutes. A fairly good amount, at least 1 shulker box. Technically we could compost all the seeds there again. Get a bit of bone meal back. Yeah. So it should be a bit more than a shulker box. Yeah, about 36 stacks roughly in 2 minutes. I think it's pretty decent. Okay, is this enough hay bales? We're not gonna get much out of this though. We have a crafting table. This should be one. There's only like 4 stacks of hay bales. Not that much. I guess it's enough to get started. We're gonna need a lot of those hay bales to get the adult donkeys, because I don't want to wait the full 20 minutes until babies are grown. Maybe I'll go for another 2 minutes, then we have at least 8 stacks. Alright, so got a couple more hay bales now, but actually I forgot something super important. We also need saddles. So I'm hoping we have a couple here in the unstackable overflow. There's definitely shulker boxes. There is one. There's also horse armor in there. To be honest, I don't even know if you can put horse armor on a donkey. Okay, just gonna pick out those saddles here. Probably all we have, 5 of them. Okay, now we can finally head out. Yeah, we need to find at least 2 donkeys to get started. I think I can remember that near the washing machine we actually had at least 1 donkey, but I'm not sure. Of course, plains biome would be best to find donkeys. And horses, of course. Let's see, on the left, there should be the washing machine. There is a donkey, I remember this guy. And there's a second one, perfect. I remembered right. Okay, I guess we could get started over here. There's a village nearby. There's definitely enough space for donkey breeding. Okay, then let's get started by taming the first guy. Oh, we didn't even bring anything to speed up the taming. Because I think the hay bales only speed up the growth of the baby ones, but they won't help with the taming. Oh, that's actually unfortunate, so we gotta do it the old way. We're getting on a donkey a couple times. I think every time a donkey throws you off, the chance goes up by 10% to actually tame him. So we should be around a 60% chance now. Okay, that's actually gonna be only a problem for the first donkey, I feel like. Could maybe also try to feed him golden carrots. Let's quickly craft some. Did I bring a crafting table? Oh no, that as well. Planeswim also not great. Yeah, not prepared at all for this. So you can see I really didn't think this through. There we go. Nuggets. Oh, way too many. Let's chop down a tree real quick. Always take the whole tree so we don't have a stump left over. Some leaves floating. Okay. Let's see. Carrots, nuggets, golden carrots. Will this help? Let's see. You still like it? Oh yeah, now we got the inventory slot. Seems like there's actually no slot for the horse armor. Okay, so we don't need this. Okay, and now we can also use the mini hut feature. Displays you the horse speed. So 7.379, that's the default donkey speed and also the default horse jump height. Alright, we got the first one. Just gonna get the second donkey as well, and then we can start breeding them. And I think we got pretty much a 50% chance to get a better donkey. So I even looked it up. In theory, if we feed 20 golden carrots to the donkey, we should be able to tame it first try. There we go. Yeah, that definitely worked. Okay, you can also see now again, horse speed 7.379, default, and horse jump. Okay, already got lost. How is this possible? There's the washing machine. Okay, now we have two donkeys. Let's breed them with the golden carrot. I have particles turned off, that's why I don't see hearts. Okay, we got the baby donkey. Let's see, we should have hay bales here. I think we need to feed it 7 hay bales and should be fully grown. 7. Okay. Do we need to breed to tame him? Oh yeah, we actually need to tame it as well. I thought, yeah, the hay bales don't help at all increasing the temper. So there's a couple options. So we could use sugar. There we need 34 per donkey. We could use normal wheat. That is an option. Then we also need 34 or 34 apples, 20 golden carrots, or the best would be 10 golden apples for the taming. Apples right now, it's a bit of an issue. Sugar wouldn't be any problem. Yeah, I feel like I'm just gonna use some hay bales, then bite the bullet, and we just spam half a stack of sugar each time for the taming. Okay, I just want to see if this guy is quicker now. Yeah, half a stack. There we go. Saddle, and we actually got a improvement right away, actually significant. Okay, so you can see here, horse speed 8.295 and horse jump 1.971. So we're only gonna breed a donkey for speed and kind of ignore the horse jump. So this will probably even out somewhere in the middle in the end. So we're gonna get an average jumping donkey, and yeah, we're gonna just focus on one One's dead. The horse speed. Okay, so now we can continue. Now we're gonna breed this donkey, one of the adult donkeys. Because, yeah, there's gonna be some serious inbreeding going on, but luckily Minecraft doesn't care about that. Okay. Otherwise it would get actually really complicated. Alright. Yeah, unfortunately I gotta wait as well. We can only breed animals every 5 minutes. So, should really enable particles again. Yeah, I can't even click this one. Okay, so I'm just gonna wait 4 minutes and I'm gonna try again. Alright, so I was breeding the good donkey, at least for now, one of the default donkeys again, and I got a second one that is also better. So it has a speed of 8.429. Alright, this guy will definitely be kept, and then we can breed it, yeah, with the other donkey that was a bit better than default. Okay, now we can already dispose of the donkeys that have only normal values. Bit unfortunate, but yeah, they won't help us anymore. I guess we're gonna get some leather from this. Yeah, I'm not gonna show this on video. So I bred another donkey, and now it happened the first time. So this donkey is not better than the adults. It's a horse speed of 8.377, while the parents had 8.6 and 8.4 was the other guy. Now, I could get rid of that guy immediately, but since there might actually be a chance that if I breed this horse with that one, that the offspring might even be better. So there's a tiny chance. This might also make sense to breed your second best horses in a way. Let's see, maybe we can get lucky. Oh, I was supposed to use hay bales, but I guess the temper also now got improved already. Yeah, taming worked, and this one is 8.3 as well. Okay, kind of running out of saddles actually. So I guess I'm gonna keep those two. This is the pair of the second best donkeys. And then I can get rid of this one. Alright, time for a progress update. I've been breeding for quite a while and just made another leap forward. So I got a lot of donkeys around the 10 meters per second mark, and the latest one I got is now 10.7 meters per second. But I feel like it's getting really hard now to make improvements, especially with the 5 minute of waiting time always in between. Yeah, it takes at least like half an hour of doing not much, just breeding a donkey every 5 minutes to make any progress at this point. I was thinking maybe we should stop it here, head to the creative world and start deciding some sort of AFK setup. But maybe let's see. Let's get another saddle. How good this one is. I'm just gonna steal a saddle from that guy. It felt fast at least. But yeah, this is how deceiving I can get. 9.38 meters per second. Alright, yeah, let's head to creative. I was thinking something like this might be a good option, to have the donkeys dangling from a fence. Then the player could be AFK, then a single carrot gets dispensed to the player, and you would feed the donkeys like this. Then you could also breed, and then the baby donkey would fall straight down. Okay, downside of actually the donkey breeding is, if you check my hotbar, while they're not able to breed, so with this 5 minute cooldown, you could lose a lot of golden carrots. So we should probably always have some kind of dispenser system that dispenses one single golden carrot to the player. Then we aim in a way that we definitely get the donkey. Then we click once. I guess if you click all the time. Oh, we would actually mount the donkey. Oh, how do we do this? Oh, that's actually an issue. Maybe we actually have to dispense one golden carrot to the player? Yeah, but if you spam it, oh my god. Yeah, how do we AFK this without mounting the donkey all the time? Taking away their saddle wouldn't help much, I feel like. They would still mount it. Yeah, how do we even AFK this? This might get a bit tricky. Seems like the only protection against mounting while holding down right mouse button is having a food item for the donkey. So I was thinking golden carrots aren't that expensive. It's like 1 ingot per golden carrot. You have a gold farm that makes like 10,000 gold per hour. It's probably okay if you spam the golden carrots a little bit. So if you would have this setup, we'll probably have to play in a minecart. Then maybe we do it in a way that we quickly go towards the donkey. There, maybe spam a couple carrots. And then we go to the next one and maybe spam a couple carrots. So we use like 2 or 3. It's not the worst thing. I just can't think of a way how to feed a single carrot to a donkey without any danger of the player mounting it afterwards. Maybe you guys have an idea how to do it without wasting golden carrots, but I'm just gonna continue now. If we come up with something, we can implement it in the final version, I guess. But I just want to continue with the breeding system now. I was thinking the system with the leads is a bit hard to set up. I would actually prefer a minecart system like this one here, because this gives us the option to easily put the donkeys in and out just by opening or closing the fence gates here. And we can place them on open trapdoors like this, so the baby donkey would still fall through. Hopefully, I haven't tried this yet. Let's see. Try to breed them. Are they too far apart from each other? I was almost expecting this. Okay, let's move them just one over then. Unfortunately, things rarely are as simple as I hope they are. Unfortunately, the big hitbox of the donkey actually prevents the second minecart from just going in there. So we might need to drop them from above. Let's see if this works. Okay, here's the minecart. And we also can't drop it from above. Oh boy, what to do? Maybe it could work from the side. Let's see. Okay, so we squeezed the 2 donkeys next to each other. That's working fine. Oh, I still want to place the carpet eventually. But let's try to breed them now. So this will only work, of course, if the baby donkey drops through the trapdoors. Oh, it seems like they can't do their thing in minecarts. Oh, that's the issue, not the distance. I'm actually really surprised though that it doesn't work in minecarts. Is it maybe just because of donkeys? Because I seem to remember we were able to breed animals in a minecart. Let's try it with the pigs here. Oh. Okay, why does it not work with the donkeys now? Alright, seems like it just won't work, so I tried around here of having a certain distance between the donkeys. So I separate with a wall now, wouldn't work. I even tried putting donkeys in a boat. That's something you can't do with an adult donkey, because I guess the hitbox is too large. But you can put a baby donkey in there, grow him up and then tame him. And even if you would try something like that, it wouldn't work. Seems like they cannot breed in a boat or minecart. So here's another idea. We can also use this low-tech solution. We just make little bounding boxes for the donkeys where we can lock them in. Then if you breed them, the baby donkey would always generate at the center of one of the adult donkeys. So I aligned them here standing on the side of anvils, and the baby donkey hopefully will still just drop down. There we go. Yep, so this works great. Alright, then the baby donkeys would then be probably flushed with water somewhere and picked up with minecarts. Okay, so let's try this setup in survival. I was thinking we could do some drive-by breeding. So minecart and waterlogged rails. So just hold down right mouse button. Get the donkeys this way. Didn't even pay attention how much carrots we used now. Maybe if we try to go back. Yeah, don't even waste much. So I think this is pretty good. Alright, we're making really good progress now. So the breeding system is pretty much finished. So the idea is that we have an AFK player sitting in a minecart. this fence gate would be opened every about 5 minutes and 1 second. So there's a hopper clock there and a T flip-flop. So we can breed the donkeys every 5 minutes. Of course, we also need new carrots. So every time we go over the detector rail, we trigger this clock system here in the back that dispenses a couple of golden carrots. Hopefully it's enough, because we don't really know how many carrots we need. Depends on how many pairs of donkeys we have here in the holding cells. Right, now we got the maximum of 4. I think that's about what we're gonna need in survival. Let's try it out. Can turn it on here. Yep. And align myself this way, hold down right mouse button, and the speed seems to be perfect. Yeah, we're wasting a couple carrots, but as I said, it's not gonna be an issue. Oh! Still the system is clocking somehow? Ah, okay. The redstone dust here. Yep. That can be easily fixed. So there we go. Alright, did the system work that triggers the clock? I don't think it did. So the idea is that we just dispense golden carrots into the powder snow, it drops down, then either the player can refill his inventory, and if you dispense more than that, then it will just go into the hopper and feed back into the chest there. Ah yeah, there we go. That would be the idea. In case we need even more golden carrots, we can also maybe adjust the pulse extender here. Okay, so this seems to work great. So all the baby donkeys fall in the water stream here and get flushed to the side, and right now they're just in the holding cell here. So we got 4 baby donkeys, perfect. So the next step would be to get them in a 1x1 hole and pick them up with minecarts, and then get those guys into another holding cell. So after the AFK session, I just can quickly check all of the donkeys. I wouldn't want them to be all in a 1x1 hole without with entity cramming protection maybe, because I want to do the decreasing the temper step in one go. So the idea is we have all the donkeys nicely lined up, and then I feed them their food items so they're easily tamed. So that's why I want them in holding cells separately. It's gonna require a lot of space, but I think overall it might be convenient than having them stored centrally, then request a new donkey, do all the steps one after the other. So basically tame them, reducing the temper, then tame them by mounting them, and then checking their stats, and then do this for the next donkey. And I think it's just better that just feed them first and do it in the taming afterwards. Alright, so the idea for the holding cell is we got an activator rail here that would hopefully eject a donkey onto this pressure plate. And then of course the redstone lamp turns off the activator rail. Okay, so let's see if this is working. Yep, that works fine. And now, it would eject the next donkey on the next activator rail, hopefully. So also using the trick there with the scaffolding. You guys actually told me about it in the comments, didn't notice. Apparently you can't, or that activator rail can't put entities on top of rails that are on top of scaffolding. It's a really nice trick, because previously I had the same issue as with the baby zombified piglins. Again, the baby horses were put on the rails there despite blocks being above, but if this trick, if the scaffolding can actually prevent that. Right, then afterwards they would be all nicely lined up. If there's some babies left, then of course I could just use the hay bales again, feed them. So we have enough space for them to grow without glitching out. This should work fine. Then, I would feed them sugar or golden apples or something like that for the temper. So we'll do the first donkey. Could probably even do an AFK system for that as well. Then the second donkey. And so on. Or I use a clicking script. Maybe for auto hotkey you could just make a simple clicking script that clicks 34 times. That's probably the better choice. Then we just do all the donkeys, and then you can come back and play this game with the taming. This is unfortunately the most boring part. It's just waiting. Does this even work? Usually I had some issues with donkeys that weren't able to pathfind. No, it does work in those cells. Yeah. Then we can do the next one. Would be nice if we could automate that as well, but guess that's just how it is. I wouldn't know how to automate this besides some dumb clicking script. Could maybe just line ourselves up and then click every so often to the next donkey. But it also shifts where we look at. We would need to turn right, click on the next donkey and so on. Yeah, that's probably gonna take a while. Alright, I think I've gotten to a point where this is pretty functional. Okay, let's try it out. I'm just gonna breed the donkeys out the AFK system just to see what donkeys we should get. There we go. There's a bit of a downside. Sometimes the donkeys actually try to get towards their parents and then fight the water stream, but I don't think they can get actually stuck for like 20 minutes or so. Okay, then they would fall down here. Then I forgot to put an item into the hopper system. So they land on the pressure plate. Then an item would cycle through the little hopper clock there. Now picking up the donkeys. And this drop-off system is working pretty well. Still missing one donkey. Did he get stuck? Alright, so this happens sometimes. Eventually they all make it out. It's not ideal. Maybe there's a better way to do it. Here, let's see. I was thinking the large emesis, but might have slightly better hitbox. At least the donkeys don't get stuck as much. Probably would be best if the water would be a bit higher there. Eventually I'll make it out. It's fine, let's actually test it out in survival, and if you run into issues, we'll definitely see it. Right, so we have in total space for 176 donkeys. This sounds like overkill. They have that many donkey spaces available, but we might need it. I mean, 4 pairs of donkeys means like 48 donkeys per hour, so this wouldn't even last for 4 hours. But right now we don't need it anyway. So we'd assume after at least like 30 minutes of AFKing this, we should have a better donkey. Alright, so it's time to build this in survival. It's probably a good idea to not build it here, because I actually want to expand the area around the washing machine with a couple other farms. I already prepared something for that. So I was thinking plains biome is always pretty nice. You don't have to chop down trees and it's nice and flat. There's another one a couple blocks away. So if you just ride the donkeys over here, could search for a good spot. This seems perfect. Yep, let's build it over here. Unfortunately, we're running out of time in this episode, so I'm gonna build the donkey breeding setup at the beginning of the next one. And then I want to add even more automation to it. So I got a really good idea how we can actually pre-sort the donkeys already. So this would be a bit too much for this episode, but yeah, check it out on the next one. It's going to be pretty epic. Alright, thanks guys for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.